Sherpa. This is my full-time job now. Yep, that's me. My name's Chelsea, and you might be wondering how I got into this situation. Well, back in 2017, I started a travel YouTube channel that snowballed into a whole big thing, and well, it's led me to quitting my day job to do this instead, full time. So come with me and see what it's like to go from side hustle to main hustle. Hello, I'm Chelsea, and I've just quit my very dependable full-time job to concentrate on my own business. And so in this video series, I'm going to be capturing my first month of going out at it on my own as I move from side hustle to main hustle. And I'm doing this with Transmit Startups and Learn Smarter, who are all about helping people go from idea to entrepreneur. And they do this through training, advice, support, and also access to startup loans for people from all over the UK. Now, if you haven't seen my face before and you want to know a bit more about my backstory, then I suggest you go back and watch the first video that I did. And this will be linked up above and down below in the description. But as a quick summary, my name is Chelsea and I run Cheap Holiday Expert, which advises people on how to travel more for less money. And I do this on my website and across my social media channels as well. Right, it's time to get cracking with my startup diary. Let's begin with week 1. Today is my very first day of working for myself full-time with no other jobs on the side, and I've got to admit it's quite overwhelming, especially when I think of what do I even begin with. So I've decided that each week I'm going to set 3 main goals and I'm just going to concentrate on them, and that's what I'm going to be sharing with you and what I'll feedback at the end of the week to say how they went, what I would do a little bit different, and also share perhaps some of my challenges from the week gone by and my wins as well. So for this week, I have had a little think about it, and the first one feels like it should be etched into some wood somewhere and sold at a homeware store for middle-aged people, but we're gonna go with it, okay? It is tidy space, tidy mind. And the first thing that comes to my mind, for the reason why I selected this, is definitely my office at home. What a state. And on top of that, my inbox is overflowing, my to-do list is overflowing. I just think I need to kind of get back to square one for all of those things. Otherwise, I'm just setting myself up for a bit of a fail. So that is my first goal for this week. Oh, and this is very important as well. I need to actually buy myself a laptop, because I've been using my work one for the work that I used to have, and they definitely want it back. So that's on the list as part of that as well. Now, the second thing on my list is finances. Now, I did do my finances before giving up my full-time job. I think not doing that is not a good thing. You should definitely do that. However, I was away last week, and it is mad how just 1 week can put you totally off track in terms of where all your money is at. So I want to make sure that I know exactly how much money is in my bank account, how long that's going to last for. I feel like nothing quite stops you from spending than checking out your bank balance. And I definitely need that going into this new job. And another thing I want to do around the finances and the practical side is finding an app or something that I can start using to record everything that I'm spending and all the money that's coming in, just to make the accounting side of business much smoother in the future. It's a bit of a boring one again, but I feel like it's really super important for starting out. That brings me on to my third and final. Is it going to get more exciting? Don't get your hopes up. It's deliver work. Now, this is because whilst it's my first week of, going full-time self-employment, I have been doing this as a side hustle for a while, which means I do have some work that needs to be delivered this week. And so I think it's really important to not take my eye off the ball, make sure that everything I'm doing currently that's bringing that money in, I'm delivering it on time, it's good. I don't want to get too caught up on, the fact that this is all shiny and new. So they are my 3 things. And if you're in a similar situation to me, I would love to hear your 3 things for the week coming up. Make sure you drop that down into the comments. But otherwise, I will see you back here midweek for a check-in. See you then. I've just finished for the day. It's Wednesday. And I thought in this check-in, we should talk about a more like overarching subject, something that affects a lot of people who decide to work for themselves. And this week, I wanted to talk about routine because it's something that 3 days in, I am already really struggling with because naturally, I am a night owl. My actual favourite times of working are 12 until 4 a.m, which, whilst I get a lot of work done, it doesn't work for my life overall. So that's good to know, but actually it's not very helpful overall. And so this week, I really said to myself, you're going to be up at 7, you're going to do some exercise, you're going to shower, have some breakfast and be at your desk for 9. But that just doesn't fit in naturally to the type of person I am. And actually, I've found that have been getting up, but I've been tired, and that I've just been messing about until around 11, where I finally seem to wake up and have some energy to do some work. And so I guess I haven't quite landed on what works for me just yet, but it's an open-ended question. What works for you? What would you recommend? Have you got any advice for me? Because I certainly need it. If you're someone who works really well to strict timings, honestly, any advice, I'd absolutely love that. I think one thing that's definitely helped for me is getting the exercise out of the way in the morning and then having a full proper shower, getting fully dressed, because especially working from home, you can just stick on those pajamas and then start to lounge about a little bit. So yeah, this is more a what would you do in my situation? I would absolutely love to hear it. Drop your comments down below. But I'm done for the day and you'll see me on Friday. And that's me all done for my first week working for myself full time. So how did it go? Well, let's go back to the goals. My first one was tidy space, tidy mind, and I think you can agree, it's looking a lot better in here. It's so much better. And honestly, it's really helped me crack on with some work. On top of tidying this place, I also made sure I went through my inbox, gave things labels, sorted it out. I'm not saying I'm at 0, I'm not, but it's definitely in a better place. I also sorted out my to-do list, and as you can see, I've got my brand new laptop, which is all mine, which obviously is very important for running my own business. The second thing was finances, and this took a while. It's one of those things that you just keep on putting off, but I'm so glad that I took the time. I now know exactly how much is in my bank and what's owed where, what's coming in. I've been chasing invoices, and I also did find an app that's going to take care of things like receipts and invoicing for me, and I'm on a 30-day trial to see how that works. If you're interested, I decided to go with QuickBooks after doing a fair bit of research about what would work best for me. And the final thing was to deliver work. Now, this was the bit of my week that I thought may take, I don't know, about 5 hours, and it probably took about 20. It took up so much time, and I was really grateful at that point that I'd only set myself 3 goals, because I do think when you're starting off, it can be really easy to set yourself loads of goals and you think you're going to achieve so much, but some things just end up taking a lot of time, and I felt good that I hadn't put that pressure on myself, and also that I was able to tick it off and get it all done. Now, all of that makes it sound like I've had a really great productive week and things couldn't have gone better, but that's not the case. And I want to introduce here my biggest challenge. And the biggest challenge this week has got to be how much time I spent on my phone. Fortunately, I'm filming on my phone, so I can't check the screen time, but I just know that there was definitely a day where it was over 10 hours, which is disgusting. But it's really hard because a lot of the stuff that I make, the videos I make, especially for like social media, are on my phone. A lot of the content I'm accessing is on my phone, and then when I'm interacting and replying to people, that's also on my phone. So I don't know what the answer to this is yet, but I think going forward I need to come up with a way that maybe I'm plugging it into charge somewhere for part of the day so my hands aren't going straight to the phone, because as well as working, there was a lot of procrastination mixed up in there as well. So my biggest challenge was definitely picking up you. But my biggest win, should share some of the good stuff as well. My biggest win for the week was the fact that I cover all things travel related, and this week we had a travel update from the government, and we just didn't know when it was going to land. And in the past, that's been really difficult for me because I've been working full time and I can't just suddenly drop my full-time job. But now that this is my full-time job, it was so wonderful that when the news came in, I jumped on it, got straight to it, and just did what I needed to do. And that was just one of those moments that I thought, I've done the right thing. This is great. The response I got to it was really good. So yeah, I was really, really chuffed with that. That was a definite huge win for this week. But thank you so much for joining me. Make sure that you hit subscribe and you click on the bell at the side to get notifications for when the next video will be up. I will be with you, taking you through my full first month self-employed and then doing a little recap as well a little bit further on. So make sure you are subscribed for that. And why not leave me a comment? Let me know what you think of my first week. Have you got any advice for me? I would love to hear it. And I hope that I will see you in the next video. Thanks a lot and see you soon.